Alright, this is a tutorial on how to set up the Ibanez Gibraltar Standard III bridge. I'll explain and demonstrate how to set the saddle height, to adjust your string height, your action, and how to set the intonation, so to move the saddles forward and back. This video is not sponsored by Ibanez or any other brands pictured. So here's what you're going to need. These are the tools. As a prerequisite, you're going to want to make sure that your truss rod is adjusted how you like it. You'll need whatever tools your guitar needs. My guitar right here needs a 4mm Allen key. You're also going to need some way to measure string height, so I've got this measurement thing right here. And then if you have this Ibanez tool, you'll have everything you need, but if you don't, you'll need a 1.5mm Allen key, and you'll need a Phillips head screwdriver. These are for adjusting the saddle height and the intonation respectively. So the procedure. First, as the prerequisite, make sure your truss rod is adjusted as you like it, and make sure your guitar is in tune. Once you have that squared away, it's time to adjust the saddle height. To measure the strings to see if you need to do this, first you need to know, are you looking for low action, medium action, high action? I prefer really low action, so I'm going for lower than 1.5mm at the high E string. And this is from the 14th fret to the string. There are a few ways to measure string height, but measuring from the 14th fret has always worked best for me. The target I'm aiming for is about 1.25mm at the high E, and then about 1.5mm at the low E. Some guitars I can get lower, some guitars need higher action, but what you'll do, first you'll measure the string height, and then you'll take your 1.5mm Allen key, and to adjust the saddle height, you'll see there's these little bolt things on either side of the saddle, and the Allen key will fit right in like that. These are reverse threaded, so if you turn counterclockwise, you loosen them, the saddle will go lower. And if you turn clockwise or tighten, the saddle will raise up. Now there's two of these bolt things on either side of the saddle, so do a small adjustment on one and then mirror that adjustment on the other to make sure the saddle is nice and level. So you want to adjust a little bit, remeasure the string height, of course tune up the string again, and then play a few notes up here, down here, wherever. Make sure you're not fretting out anywhere, and make sure it feels right to you. We're adjusting for your preferences. Repeat this process for every saddle until the string height is what you like. So next it's time to set the intonation, and setting the intonation is moving the saddle either towards the neck or towards the edge of the body right here. And this is where the Phillips head screwdriver comes in. You could see on the Gibraltar Standard III, these bolts here control how forward or back the saddles are, and you'll just use the Phillips head to turn it. Tightening one of these will bring the saddle towards the edge of the body, loosening it, so turning counterclockwise will bring it towards the neck. What you want to do is play an open string or a 12th fret harmonic, and that should be in tune. You should have your strings in tune. And then play a fretted note at the 12th fret. Now I got to make sure I don't say this backwards. If the note is flat, move the saddle towards the neck. And if the fretted note is sharp, move the saddle towards the edge of the body, so away from the neck. Do a small adjustment, retune the string, and then check at the 12th fret again with a fretted note. Repeat this process for every string until every 12th fretted note is in tune, and then you're done. You've set the intonation, you've set the string height, you've pretty much mastered adjusting the Gibraltar Standard III bridge. It's a pretty simple bridge, fixed Fixed bridges are great to work on. There's not too many moving parts. You don't have to worry about trem springs or balancing the bridge or anything. Do you have any questions? Was there something I missed? Be sure to comment down below. Of course, this is YouTube, so I have to say the YouTube things. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, share the video, print out every frame and mail it. If you're looking for something cool to listen to, please consider streaming my music. I'm on all major streaming services. I do some originals, some video game music covers, and as always, peace.